Yo, what's going on guys? Today I'm just going to share with you a few of the 3 stars I've had on my main and my main account recently. Most of you guys didn't know, my main account has joined the Black Lodge. Been in there for a few wars now and I'm really enjoying over there. And then my mini account of course is in GS96. So you know I'm going to be trying to bring out nice war recap content for you guys. Should be on a daily basis considering I'll be doing war recaps for both clans. And then I'll be doing the obviously the attacks. Some of the best attacks from the Black Lodge are going to be featured on Creative Clash. Make sure you sub to that in the description. That's a few co-leaders and elders from the Black Lodge running that, and that's really interesting. Make sure you go check them out. So obviously open Arch Queen walk. As you can see at the beginning there, I did lure it out with a few hogs, the dragon, and then use the ability with the Arch Queen on the CC. The Arch Queen is then going to take out all this point defense and then go around clockwise, and then I'm going to send my kill squad in from the top right, and then I'm going to put a jump down and a rage over the Arch Queen. That's going to take out that whole compartment very quickly. They're going to go into court and absolutely wreck those bows, wreck those Teslas, and then I'll start my anti-clockwise deployment of my hog riders. So last hogs that I've deployed. Now I wasn't 100% sure on double giant bombs or giant bomb locations, so obviously surgical was the best approach, especially due to the outside point defense, but there was a giant bomb there, so I quickly put down my last heal just to make sure I definitely got that core expo, because you know that could have caused a problem if I didn't have enough hogs. Also with that BK up, that can also do a lot of damage on the hogs later on if I only had 3 or 4 left. On to this is another attack. Now this attack, the only reason I use 4 earthquakes is because, you know, normally I've been 3 spelling these kind of bases, so I felt, well, earthquakes are pretty cool, so I thought, well, why not just use 4 and see how it does. Honestly, obviously a jump can do the exact same as an earthquake on this base where I deployed it, but I just kind of wanted to earthquake just for the fun of it, you know, just because I've been doing really well in wars lately, and I thought, well, why not. So this time, due to a high level Arch Queen, I'm basically going to do the exact same, you know, lower it out, use ability on the CC, and she's actually going to go around and take out that top right compartment as well with the Arch Tower and the cannon, and she's also going to take out that top side, you know, the Wiz Tower and the mortar. CC gun's going to come out in a second, and then once I use the ability and kill the CC, I will start in my vahos, Barbarian King and Golem. From the bottom left side, and then I'll use my, you know, some wizards to funnel. Sarge's going to do her stuff up north, deploy that golem, start my wizards funnel, then my wall breakers down. Yep, those wizards are doing a terrific job over there. That DE storage does have a lot of high hit points. By the way guys, sorry for the notifications throughout this video. I did forget to turn them off when I was recording, so apologies for that. Won't happen in the future. BK goes around, takes out that other outside building, and then goes back into the core. And the good thing about an open Arch Queen walk is you normally start them perpendicular to where you're sending your vahos, your Barbarian King, etc. Into the base. So that creates like a one-side funnel. So the Barbarian King went to clear the outside trash, but did go back in because the Arch Queen took out all the other trash, and that is a normally good thing. And same with the closed Arch Queen walk, that creates a funnel all on one side, which is always fantastic to know. Now on this attack, I didn't actually use my poison on the CC. As you're using the ability, you don't really need to. And I could use my poison on those skeletons there, but I didn't. It was the first attack on the base, so I didn't know anything about the traps. And then, yeah, so that was the double giant bomb. So I did lose quite a lot of hogs to it, but luckily a few hogs didn't get hit by any giant bombs. So they actually ended up taking out that wizard tower, and they split onto the mortar as well. So even though I did have minimal hogs left, I did end up getting the 3-star. Honestly, just had to be patient on my last heal spell and use the poison on the skeletons, and it wouldn't have been a problem. That was the only thing I was scared of really, was the skeletons. This is another attack I did on mini, and this is a classic kind of base. This one might do an Arch Queen walk on because it's really easy to go around the outside. But look at all those storages. You have so many storages on the outside and none in the core really. So what you got to do here is I did a little small Arch Queen walk, which is just going to take out that Arch Tower. I think use one healer on that golem there, and then I use a giant wall break, you know, giant tank for the wall breakers in. Then Golem's going to go around, and what I liked about this is the CC aggroed onto my queen. If I remember correctly, yeah, the CC aggroed onto the queen, and that's good, because then I get to use an ability on her. Now you may think, oh wow, oh my god, it aggroed onto the queen, but if you take out the CC early and it's not hitting on your golems, that's good, because you know those loons can do a hell of a lot of damage, and using the ability on the Archer Queen is absolutely fine early on the raid, especially when you have a rage spell and it's paired up with the Barbarian King and Valks. You know, it really it helps a lot more. So Valks are in raged up, they're just going to tear out their core, those core defenses such as Teslas, Mortars, Expos, and then Surgical Deployment all the way around the rest of the base. Now there may be giant bombs popping off, but that really won't be a problem. I deployed that hill there just because there was dual Teslas and some skeletons there, so I had to make sure up there hogs were protected from that, and apart from that, it was GG from there on. I did deploy a whiz, and then there's a whiz from up north from when I started my funnel, and that's just going to help take out some of those outside defenses, outside trash, sorry. And that's GG from there on. Had a few goblins, but when I normally use goblins, I usually forget to deploy them, which is a bit of a problem, but I'm not really used to using goblins, honestly. And normally they're not much benefit, and I should deploy them one early in the raid anyway. IMO. So here we have a raid I actually did today against Reddit Vortex. We matched this clan. They got some okay anti-free Town Hall 9s, but not the best in reality. So this was a cleanup attack, so no, it wasn't CC. That was the best law opportunity from that location. And then I brought out to the side, nothing's really hitting the Arch Queen there apart from one Arch Tower. Drop the poison down, use the ability on the dragon. Now I used the poison there just because the loons were so far behind the dragon. If I used the ability on the dragon, the loons would have caught up in time and then would have shot my Arch Queen down just as her ability died out. So then I start my funnel, and then she does in fact go around the outside of the base, which is what I wanted. I did want to open one because there's actually a giant bomb between the wizard tower and the cannon, I do believe, and that just takes out 1 point defense, aggro's another point defense, and takes out 2 point and 2 splash. Considering if she did go on a closed Arch Queen walk. So as you can see, Valks did go in, raged them up. That's just going to wreck in the core. BK still at full health. Valks were tanking for them, and then just surgical deployment of hog riders around the rest of the base. At this point, it's pretty much GG. But just because that wizard tower was there and those Teslas, I wanted to make sure all those hogs that are on minimal health from when we were deploying them surgically, that's 3 or 4 hogs, were just healed up just for that last wizard tower, so we could definitely get the 3-star, and that was a nice 3-spell go home right there. I definitely do recommend open Arch Queen walks on bases with a side that hasn't got much HP, and when I mean not much HP, I mean like maximum 1 storage or 1 high HP unit. Otherwise you're going to be in trouble. If you get 2, if you can do it maybe with a 25 plus queen, but if it's and maybe 2 at max. If it's got 3, then there's no point. You may as well do a closed Arch Queen walk. Like you kind of see on this base, there's actually not, like where I'm starting at, if you for example went upwards with the Arch Queen, there's not really much point defense up there, and by the time the Arch Queen's got to the cannon, that north cannon, the hog's going to be deployed by then. So a closed Arch Queen walk for this base is definitely more viable, which is what I in fact did. And this was a first attack as well, so I wasn't drawing Teslas or anything. So I kind of went in, wasn't really sure what to expect. Luckily there wasn't a Tesla there, and then the hog's going to destroy that wizard tower. That's just going to help with the Arch Queen funneling and going downwards instead of upwards, and then it's going to pull the CC out. Got the healers on her, and then she's going to take out that Tesla. I am going to use the ability when the dragon comes over. Falcon and dragon does a lot of damage, but luckily the ability was pressed right in time, so it didn't do too much damage. Just going to go down the base and see, like, outside storages. That is something you don't want to look for. That's something that you want to look for on a closed Arch Queen walk instead of an open Arch Queen walk, just because open, that would have really struggled, and that's what I do notice. And if you do an open Arch Queen walk, that can cause a lot of problems. If you're doing a closed Arch Queen walk, for example, if you're doing it along a whole side, you don't want to have you know, if you're doing a level 25 plus Arch Queen, you want to have maximum 1 high HP storage, or you know, Town Hall, or you know, whatever it is, CC Expo, etc., etc. They'll go around the base just deploying marks surgically. For example, we had someone in this current war who did an closed Arch Queen walk, and what happened is he did everything perfectly, but there were so many storages on one side. He did a closed Arch Queen walk and ended up at about 80%, just because his Arch Queen walk took such a long time. But that's something that an open Arch Queen walk benefits from, because then the Arch Queen is going to go around the rest of the base, take up a point defense, while your kill squad, such as your Valks, your Golem, your Barbarian King, is going to go deep into the base and destroy that. Then you can deploy your hooks. So obviously, if high HP units are all on one side or on the inside of the base, definitely that is a base and something you want to look for in an open Arch Queen walk. If you guys want to see a video of how to do walks and what you want to look for, etc., I can definitely make one in the near future. I've got a lot of replays of walks from the Black Lodge and GS96, and a lot of from other top war clans. So if you do want to see a tutorial, just comment below. Like, you know, really does help support, and I'll definitely think about that next time I'm recording. Just go around the rest of the base, surgically deploying my hogs. Oh wait, no. So I deployed the hogs on one side, and they're going to go in and then use a heal there. And because I forgot to use a BK ability, the hogs were closer than the Barbarian King, so we're locked on. But then with back end loons, even though I did have to use all 4 spells, they're going to take out the rest of those point defense on the back end. And you know, using something like that strategy, like taking out air defenses with your hogs, your kill squad, and then back end loons, is definitely another viable strategy. Because when you are attacking anti 3-star bases, you want to definitely look for the weaknesses instead of looking at the strengths. For example, if you can take out all those, if they've got core air defenses, you can definitely all take them out, and then use some hogs to take out the other air defense, and then some back end loons. Here's in the Dragonflower base. If you are using one, again, I highly don't recommend it. Do not use a Dragonflower base as a Town Hall 9. They only really work to have a lot of high HP storages in the core, and you know, to tank those heroes, etc. And then they work, you know, for a reason at Town Hall 10. I'm not sure, 100% sure why DF bases are so much better at Town Hall 10, because I am a Town Hall 9 player. But obviously at Town Hall 9, it's just really Arch Queen walkable with back end hogs, and then your kill squad takes out the core very easily. Because based like this, all the point defense is all on the outside, barely any point defense on the core, just the bows, heroes, you can take them out easy, and then surgical back end hogs. Pretty simple. So yeah, again, Arch Queen walk perpendicular to what I'm deploying my, you know, my kill squad. And the only really thing you can do that is if you're trying to maybe funnel your hogs in, kind of like you saw in a previous attack, where I did the Arch Queen walk on one side, and then on the other side I did do the Golem, you know, the kill squad, etc. But that was just because I wanted the hogs to funnel in towards the expo, towards the air defenses, towards the Teslas, so then I could put back end loons. So I was just kind of exploiting it. But if you are doing like a normal kind of surgical go-ho, I definitely do recommend dropping your Arch Queen perpendicular to your kill squad, unless it's in a special circumstance. For example, it's not possible, like all the storages are on 2 sides, but the Arch Queen's on one side where you need to kill squad, and then your Arch Queen walk the other side. I guess in that case it will be more viable, but the hogs would then have to be sent in from 2 sides, one bunch up together on the high HP units, you know, such as the bows, etc. And you know, it could cause trouble. Normally perpendicular placed Arch Queen walks is definitely the way to go, especially on Dragonflower bases. So now I had 2 wall breakers. This wasn't actually the plan, but the Arch Queen's still alive, and I thought with the double giant bomb, the only double giant bomb location now could be by that wizard tower. So then I have 8 hogs left, deploy it on that mortar. That's going to take out the cannon as well, and then it's just clean up from there on. Only 2 spells needed. Now we're moving on to the last attack, I believe. This attack, as you can see, a lot of high HP storage on the outside. You could do it from that top right, but there's not much point defense there. You know, you can get maybe 2 cannons, and you're going to be shot down quickly by that Expo. On the top left side, there's those DE drills and those 2 gold storages. And bottom right, there are those, those storages. So I did a small Arch Queen walk because that's obviously, a base that's hard to Arch Queen walk, like a long open Arch Queen walk. And I took out some of those defenses, just a few hogs. First attack, so I didn't know there was Teslas there. Unfortunately, they did kill. I didn't actually get the Arch Tower, but later on, the Arch Towers can be taken down really easily. So unfortunately that point defense is actually shooting my Arch Queen, but it doesn't really matter. I use the ability and I forget my funnel. So I deploy these wizards really late, and this is how you want to kind of, when things are going bad in an attack, don't let your head go down, don't get frustrated, just carry on with your plan and you should succeed. As you can see, I just keep following my plan. Even the 2 Valks went outside and I've used my Arch Queen ability, and my Golems lost a bit of health, and I haven't even used my Giant. But that giant that I was going to use to tank for my wall breakers actually helped later on in the attack, which I actually wasn't planning. But it really did help later on in the attack. So use a heal there just because that those 2 Teslas are really going to do damage on my hogs. They're going to go onto that wizard tower. Then I use that giant, which I was going to use my wall breakers earlier to tank those 2 point defense. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. I'll be streaming the Black Lodge and GS96 Wars. And until next time, guys, keep it clashy.
Let's go.